Sorry for the glaring sunlight. I'm trying to block that out here, so that's not so much of a problem. As you can see, recording in this environment with so thin of curtains just doesn't work out well, but I digress. Probably also excuse the cat you hear in the background. He's grooming himself and also at times sleeping. Anyways, I think I want to say what is the only other thing that needs to be said about this whole EA SimCity debacle. Because after what I have to say today, nothing else is going to matter. This has been the most incompetently handled launch. And it's not just that it was incompetently handled, it's that EA said they were not, repeat, not going to give us a Diablo launch-like experience. And while this may not be Error 96 or whatever the original one was there, how is this any different? People can't connect. People can't play the damn game they pre-ordered, the damn game they bought. After you assured us that SimCity would be online only, but promises not to repeat Diablo's mistakes. You literally said this. Now, in their defense, and I hate to say defense, they have kind of tried to say that this was a multiplayer only game. They have tried in the past to try to make the idea that this is an MMORPG, or at least an MMO, at the very least, as far as the SimCity goes. So in a way, can I blame them for no technical offline single player? That's a little bit harder for me to fully implement here. That still doesn't excuse this. This doesn't excuse people who bought a game, who had faith, who is assured this would be no Diablo 3. And guess what it became? A Diablo 3. Link to this first article, by the way, down in the underbar. And EA is only now adding more SimCity servers over the next 2 days. Oh, but that's not it. That's not all. There's more. Yes. EA's performance is going to fluctuate as they attempt to fix the game. And by attempt to fix the game, I mean they are disabling features, promised features, to try to get the servers working. I mean, granted, I'm not trying to say that I'm going to begrudge them for actually taking action to fix this. But why are you only now adding servers, EA? Why are you only now working on how can we make this work, and you're disabling features? You are not giving. This is day frickin' 3, okay? Day frickin' 3. Well, 2.5 if you count the midnight launch. No. This is day frickin' 3. Because that's Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday so far, with people who still don't have service. Or they have some service, but not everything that they paid for. This is absolutely mind-bogglingly stupid, no matter how you try to slice this. And Boogie did try to make a point in his video that, in a way, this is an MMO. So can we completely be upset about the online-only features to it? In which case, I say yes. Because once they shut down the servers, this game that people have paid full retail for is gone. Well, it is, for all intents and purposes, gone. Now, maybe, as some people have done with certain games like this in the past, people will create their own servers. They'll create a system to allow them to host games like that. But it's rare. And if there's all this authentication that's going on here, people are going to have to make cracks to make that server work just to even be able to start things up here. And, okay, if we can excuse that, which I think is one of the most egregious parts to this, You don't own your game save. Your game save is not yours. You don't physically have it. You don't own it. It's on a server. And if you can't connect to that server, your city stays on that server. So then you have to go in and you have to frickin', God dang it. And you have to go and you have to rebuild your city. It's not just that this is a debacle, it's that they promised this wouldn't be a debacle. They assured people who were pre-ordering that this was going to work as advertised, and they have not, repeat, have not delivered on that 3 days past its launch date. And some people who bought, I believe, premium or deluxe edition physical copies have been able to access the game without many issues, which is a whole nother issue to bring into the fold of this whole thing. But what's the point? When I'm telling you that they're only now adding what should be sufficient servers to this whole thing, when they promised months ago that this would not be another Diablo 3, and it's been exactly a Diablo 3. When they are giving people some service, but not everything. And then everything else that goes along with it. And then we have people pleading, please, please don't pirate this game because then they're just going to punish us more. They're already punishing us, the legally paying customers who put faith in this company and in this industry, either by pre-ordering or buying on day one this game that we can't play. I can't even put into words how absolutely angry I am about this, and I don't even own the game. But reading this, trying to look at this as objectively as possible, EA has dropped the ball monumentally. And now this is like the PC gamer version of Aliens Colonial Marines. People pre-ordered this. They put faith in the industry, and the industry, or at the very least, EA let them down. And this has so many people just saying, I'm no longer ever going to pre-order games ever again. Was it worth it, EA? Although I would also ask, is it worth it, Gearbox? Was it worth it, Timegate? Was it worth it, Sega? Was it worth at least damaging the pre-order crowds out there, the pre-order part of this franchise, or this business, this industry, and maybe even damaging people's purchasing habits? I hope it really was. I hope it was friggin' worth it, because you people you're so terrible at your jobs. You really are. I mean, I could invoke the meme at this point, given the articles down in the underbar. You had one job, EA. One job, EA and Marxist, or Maxis, Marxist, whatever. And you couldn't even do that right. I've been getting tired of things like region-specific DLC. I've been getting tired of people getting benefits. And no, I don't think it's right when it happens in America and doesn't happen everywhere else. I'm not an elitist like that. I'm mad for every territory, because everybody keeps getting shafted. Whether we're talking about the Gray Fox DLC here in America, which Europe and Japan get built into their Metal Gear Rising, but I don't. So I'm going to have to import if I want to go through the expense and the abilities of doing so, and I really don't. I'm sick of this. Or Japan gets the Macross skins for their jet fighter games, and we don't, because we don't like you anymore. You know, because I can't think of a single business reason why not to bring over Robotech, aka Macross, things over to America. You've done this before with us. Bandai did it with Macross VFX 2, a game for PS1 that I absolutely recommend you importing and tracking down a copy of, because it is It is the Macross game that like Battle Cry and so many other Macross games, Robotech games released over here wish could be. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal game. And it's one that it just pisses me off to no end that it wasn't released here. And that Japan continues to stiff us on quality Macross content. Even Dreamcast had a Macross game we never got. What the hell, Japan? But I digress. The point that we get so territorial is about our IPs. And we claim, oh, well, it's not worth the localization. Screw that. I have sales figures that say that you're an idiot and that you're throwing away money, but you don't care about that. This is how oblivious the industry is. It's not this is bigger than EA. This is bigger than Gearbox. This is bigger than all of the current debacles combined. This shows cracks in the armor, and I'm supposed to be excited about next gen when they can't even get current gen right? Eat me. I'm just done. I'm done with this saga. I'm mad about this as much as I'm mad about the Colonial Marines thing. And yes, I'm still mad, and rightfully so. There are no excuses for what happened in either of these situations here, or the continued debacle that is becoming this industry at large. I'm sick of it, and I'm not going to put my money in it anymore. I'm just done.